Hello everyone, this is Kelly with Crafting Creation Studio, and today we are going to pour a little trinket tray with a jar and another little fixture that fits on top of it, and then we're going to pour this carousel horse, and if I have enough resin left over we may pour this little sun silicone mold that I got. It's a small one. So what I have chosen today is Let's Resin Rosewood Alcohol Ink, Let's Resin, I think it's Ceridine ink, and then Let's Resin Peach, and then I'm going to mix in this Pixis alcohol ink in the gold metallic and see what we can come up with. So I'm going to put some drops in first. I'm going to do the tray part first and not do as many drops as I've been doing because it's been taking over. The darker color has been taking over on it, and I don't want that to happen again. But I think that these are going to make a pretty combination of color. Do some of the extra in the pear because it's a lighter color and tends to get washed away with the darker colors. Shake up my gold metallic again. Alright, now I'm going to start pouring and get that kind of blended in, and then it'll wash down into the lip of it there. Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice color combination once it's all said and done. Get all around this lip first before I add more ink. I don't want to do it too heavy. Like I said, I've been prone to do that in the past, and it washes out a lot of the lighter colors, and we don't want that to happen this time. We want to see all these colors. You see quite a bit of yellow, so I'm probably not going to do that many drops of yellow, just where it kind of looks like I don't see any. Some more of the gold. Alright. I'm going to move this out of the way so my hand don't bump it. I got a bare spot there, so let me get that filled in some. Let's see. Of course, it's going to move. Where it wants to go. It looks like there's quite a bit of gold in there, so I'm not going to put any more of the gold in it this time around. pour it a little slower so it don't wash out and make a bigger spot. I'll probably take my stick and swirl it some too. Seems like these metallic alcohol inks are heavier, so they don't swirl around as good. And I think that is about full. Take my stick and scrape what's left in there and see what we have. Alright, now I'll get this tool, little silicone tip tool, kind of swirl it some, get that gold mixed in a little bit more than what it is. That looks pretty. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. I mixed up 15 ounces of resin, so I should have enough to do what I aim to do here. Get a little bit of that, each color in. And I'm going to do the gold on top. I'm not going to put it down into the cavity. Let it just kind of get soaked down into it and blend with the other colors. Alright, let's get this one started. Pour it slow and get everything kind of mixed around. Add some more color. Okay, let's do a couple more drops. And this is going to be the bottom, so it's not going to matter as much on the bottom as the top of it will, and the sides. all of that will move color-wise to the center. Looks like it's kind of not shaping right here. I may have to put something up next to that to keep it round. Get my tool. I'm going to swirl that gold up on the top, because that gold is kind of setting steady in its place and not moving. Alright, that looks good. Alright, now let's do the lid. And I think I'm going to do gold, blue, rosewood, yellow, for a little bit, and then kind of get that tip of that, squeeze it really good, and make sure that there are no bubbles in there. I don't see any. Let's just do one of those, one of those, one of those, and pour. Now then, that's what I was wanting to do, was get some of that up to the surface. Then go in the same routine that we were going in before on this outer edge, so it will run down into it. Oops. I cut this red one. And my fingers are getting sticky with resin on them. Let me wipe them off real quick. And then get that off the top of that, because we don't want that there. Now, and some gold. Pour. Yeah, I'm not getting as much color into the lid, it doesn't look like. I didn't want to overdo the lid because it's not as big. It didn't hold as much, so. But I'm going to soup it up some now, because we want those colors to all kind of match up. My yellow, or pear, I mean, not yellow. It looks yellow, but it's called pear. And some more gold. Let that kind of run for a minute and see what it does. I think I'm going to drip one more layer in there. I'm seeing more of the red and gold than I am the blue. So this time I'm going to do the blue and the yellow, and maybe one drip of gold in the middle and over here, and then pour. Well, let me do one drop of red. Everybody have a good day today. Today's my birthday and I had to work, but it was okay. Wasn't crazy busy, and all my co-workers were all coming in there telling me happy birthday. Me and actually another one of my co-workers have the same birthday, so we were both celebrated today. She's just quite a bit younger than I am, the other girl whose birthday is the same. All right, I think that looks good. Kind of go around that lip some so I don't get any bubbles. I think that's going to be okay. Alright, and I just realized that I forgot to spritz these before I started pouring, but it should be okay because I spritzed the top of the resin in the cups after I got them out of the vacuum chamber, but we'll spritz that one. Alright, let's do the same process. We're just going to drop some ink down inside the cavity of the, and it's not going where I want it to go. Matter of fact, I think I got more on top than I did inside of it. Alright, we're just going to do it here on the top and let it run down. And still getting it on where it don't need to go. Got one more day to work this week and then I'll be off for 3 days. I am ready. Clean that off real quick because I don't like to see that. Alright, I think a lot of that's underneath the lip. It just looks like it's above the surface, but it's not. Alright, now get starting on this one. Drip again, and my resin's starting to get really warm. I had to run it through the vacuum chamber twice. I opened up a new bottle of resin and hardener. Then we'll see what we got left over, which there's going to be left over for sure. And Kelly is making a mess today on the side of this mold anyway. The other ones didn't give me much trouble, but this one is. This one's a lot deeper than what I realized it was. It's taking more resin than I anticipated, which is fine. I've got plenty of resin mixed up, so that's not going to be an issue. Just don't know what we're going to have left over as far as extras. But we're getting close to the fill line. or full line. Do one drop of the gold because I see quite a bit of gold down inside of it. And I'll do the same with this one on the swirling part of it once it gets up here to the top. I think I'm just at this point gonna finish filling it because there's a bunch coming up to the surface here that will continue to rise to the surface. That looks good. Don't want to get it too full. And let me get my gloves cleaned off. Got resin on them. Don't want to get all sticky. Alright, so let's put 1 drop of gold, 1 drop of the teal, and now we'll do our 2 drops of the teal color. 2 drops of that. And some yellow. Then I'll take my little stick and kind of swirl these around. This metallic is weird. Well, that came out a little darker on that one. That's okay. That's not what it's going to look like on the inside. It's just going to be the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to change my colors up. Got something different for the carousel horse. Get it poured so we can start getting these cured. I think I'm going to put just a little bit more in here. I think it needs a little bit more. My resin's starting to get kind of thick. Oh yeah, that needed more. I'm glad I decided to do that. Everything else looks good. Kind of swirl that since I messed up that center. Alright, now what are we going to do for the carousel horse? Let's find some colors, and I'm just going to drip again like I did this time. Alright, I think what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to use another metallic. But I'm going to use the pearl metallic. Should get that ball in there going. This one's got the little rolling ball in it. It may not. Okay, so we're going to do midnight blue. And some green. Oops. And this metallic pearl color. kind of going into the cavity. It's hard to drip in these little small spots. It wants to go everywhere but. All right. Now let's get this poured. Pour it kind of thick in the body and let it kind of flow and to the other places that it needs to go. I'm not going to do a lot of color in this one because it is small. We're just going to let the color that's in there move and do what it wants to do. I may put another drop of green right there. Let me get this resin off of my gloves again. Alright, I think it's spread. I'm going to put some more of this pearl in it. I think that's pretty. Make a pretty blend of colors. And add some more resin to it. In the center and let it spread to the cavities. It's getting so thick it's not wanting to spread. Try to help it here. I may have let this get too thick. Spread it forcefully there so that'll get where it needs to go. Even if it goes over some, it'll kind of go back to where it needs to be, I think. Yeah, I have overfilled that one. Let me get some of that out of there. Should have poured this first, I guess, with it being small. But I didn't. Not like it. Alright, so let me kind of swirl this. Y'all see how thick it is? Super thick. Don't know how well that's gonna do. Just take my finger. I'm gonna spritz it. Let's see what it does. See if that helps thin it out a little bit. Yeah, this has gotten too thick to do anything with, so I'm not going to pour anything. I'm not going to pour that. Yeah, it's too thick. That was quite a bit of resin wasted on that round. I don't like that, but it happens. Like I said, I'm not really quite sure how this carousel horse is going to turn out. It's going to probably take a lot of trimming to get it looking halfway decent. But anyway, it's poured. And we're going to get this cured, and then we will see you back on demold. Okay, it is demold time. I actually went ahead and demolded this and trimmed all the extras off of it, but here is the carousel horse. Turned out really cute. Let's get this tray done first. Well, it looks like the gold kind of blobbed. And I was afraid of that because that gold just wasn't moving like it should have, but it's going to have these other things sitting on top of it, so it's not just terrible. And here's this, like a little dish to put your rings in or something while you're at the vanity, washing your face or doing your makeup or whatever it is you may need to do in the restroom when you're in there to use this for. And I'll make sure I get these cleaned up too before I put them back in the area where my molds are. Alright, let's do this one. I don't see any bubbles anywhere, so that's good. The lid. Check it for bubbles. I don't see any. Got a little trimming to do, but outside of that, it is good. And there's the lid for this. And you set that right there. So there is the completed piece. Be a nice little accessory to a bathroom countertop. So that is it. I'm not going to do any extras or anything to these. I think they look good just like they are. So that's going to be it until the next video. So we'll see you guys on the next round. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and make sure to hit that like button. Y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you.